Hey guys, do you love what you see? Do you need step-by-step guide to achieve this? Then you are at the right place. Welcome to Sew With Anita, where I share tips that no one talks about that will elevate your sewing skills from a basic to a professional. So if you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Hit on the like and subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this. In this video, I'll be taking us through the sewing process of achieving these Unisex vintage shirts. It can fit both a female and a male. So if you're interested in learning how to do this step by step, from the drafting to the cutting to the sewing of both the collar and the flaps, then let's dive into the tutorial. So to achieve this, I'll be needing 1.5 yards of my vintage material. So I've gone ahead to fold it into two like this, and I'm going to get my highest body measurement. So I'll be cutting the front piece first. So I'm cutting my hip measurement plus 3 inches. Then I'm going to mark it out, and then since this is the front, I'll be adding extra 3 inches allowance to it, 3.5 inches actually. So I'm going to go ahead to arrange it out like this and pin it out. So just look at what I'm doing and you're going to get it. So the same measurement I took at the top, I'm going to take the same thing at the bottom side and I'm going to pin it. This is just to ensure that everything is straight and equal. Then we're going to get our shirt length. In my own case, I'll be making use of 30 inches and I'm going to mark it out. Then I'm going to be adding extra 2 inches allowance to it. So that's going to be 32 inches because I'll be using these 2 inches for folding at the hem. So just do the same thing I'm doing. So after doing that, I'm going to cut it out like this. Then I'm going to measure out that 3.5 inches I took from my button flap and I'm going to mark it out. So just look at what I'm doing. Just mark it down. Then I'm going to fold it like this. I'm going to iron it out. But before I do that, I'm going to fold that point and notch it so that I can know the point where the flap starts from. So after doing that, I'm then going to fold it and I'm going to iron it out like that. After ironing it out, because this is a button shirt and this is the front, I'm going to open up that side like this. So just follow what I'm doing and with time you're going to understand it. So this side I'm opening up is actually the sides where I'm going to join the place I'm going to have my armpit. So remember that the place with the button flap is going to be at the center of your chest. So I just hope you understand it. Next up, I'm going to pin it up and I'm going to place it on my back piece because I'm going to be using this to cut out the back piece. So for my back piece, I've gone ahead to fold it into two like this, just the way I did at the front, and I'm going to place the front piece on it. So I already assembled it in a way that I will get the maximum amount of material just the way I did in front. So do you see that the both of them are equal? And it is equal because I already folded the flap, the button flap, I already folded it in. So whatever I'm going to have, I'm going to be having it equal at the back too. So this is the way it's going to be. Then I'm going to just measure out extra 4 inches like that. This is going to be for my shoulder slope. So just go ahead to extend it, come out by 4 inches from the back. So do you see from the front where the front stop, ensure that both your front piece is equal at the other end with the back. Then at this side we're going to extend it. I just hope you understand it, and I'm going to cut it out. So after doing that, I'm going to iron it out. Ironing every step of the way make your work look professional and neat. So just take note of what I'm doing now. I'm trying to make the sides to be the same place. So I noticed that it was not at the same point. So the middle, like the side at the back piece now, it doesn't have an opening. So I want the side with opening to be equal, the same side with the one with the opening. I just hope you understand. So the back piece now, there's a side that is folded. That part that is folded, I'm going to place the side that is folded on the front piece that is folded on it. Then the side that is cut open at the back piece, I'm going to place the side that is cut open for the front piece on it like that. So I don't want to make mistake. Please ensure that you don't make mistakes so that you don't do wrong side facing wrong side. So after achieving that, the side that has the opening, remember I said that side is our sides, like that is where our armhole is going to be. So at that point, I'm going to come down by 3.5 inches for our shoulder slope, and I'm going to connect it down to the other side. The other side is where our neck hole is going to be, our neck depth and neck measurement. I'm going to take it because it's that is joint. So that is the place where our chest, our bust is going to be. So I just hope you understand me. I'm going to connect it down like this and I'm going to cut it. So ensure that the front, this side I'm doing the shoulder slope, it is equal, but the other side, the other end is not equal. So I hope you understand. So next I'm going to cut it out like so. So after cutting it out, I'm then going to make the bottom side equal. So just look at what I'm doing. After doing that, remember that while drafting the back, we brought out extra 4 inches, but we only took a shoulder slope of 3.5 inches. So we're going to overlap this by 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark it out the 1/2 inches like that, so that I can use this as a guide while overlapping. After doing that, I'm going to then overlap it on it. So at this point, we have to be very careful. So I'm going to do it step by step, starting from the bottom side. I'm going to ensure that it is meeting the line. Then I'm going to pin it down. So just look at what I'm doing. Do you see the way I ensure that it was meeting the line equally? Then I'm going to pin it down. So it is actually very tricky, but you need to be patient and to arrange it well. So just look at what I'm doing, and I'm going to press it down, iron it out. That being done, I'm going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. Please take note of the starting point where I placed my tape. In my own case, when I divide it by 2, it's giving me 9 inches. So I'm going to add 1 inches, which is 10 inches to it. So just go ahead and add 1 inches to yours, because it doesn't have to be exactly. Then for my armhole measurements, I'm going to take the same thing I took there, but I'll be adding extra 1/2 inch. So that's 10.5 inches, and I'm going to mark it out. So that is my armhole depth. I'm going to connect the line to it vertically like that. So do you see what I just did? Then I'm going to come out by 1 inch. I'm going to come out by 1 inch at that point where there is joining, and I'm going to connect it to make our slope. Next, I'm going to take my neck measurement, which is 2.5 inches. From that point, do you see where I started my tape? And I'm going to take 4.5 inches as the depth. So I'm going to mark it out, and I'm going to connect it like to make a curve like that. So after that, I'm going to then cut it out. So we're going to unpin it, and we're cutting just the top side. So look at the way I opened it. Please do not make a mistake. Be very careful at this point. We're raising it up. Do you see the way I'm raising it up, and I'm just cutting it? Please, once again, be very careful, because a lot of beginners are going to make mistake at this point. So just take note of it, the way I opened it up and I cut it round. So do you see what I have there? So I'm going to open up my button flap, and I'm going to shape it to go straight down. So do you understand? After that, I'll then go ahead to cut out my armhole just like that. So just look at what I'm doing carefully. After cutting it out, I'm going to measure it out round. Whatever I have there, I'm going to then minus 2 inches from there. So I had about 13 inches, so I'm going to minus 2 inches, which is 11 inches. So I'm going to use this to cut out my sleeve. So just look at what I'm doing. So that 11 inches, I'm going to cut out a wideness of 11 inches like this. Then for the vertical measurement, I'm going to come down by 6 inches. So just go ahead to mark it out. Then from that point, I'm going to make a slight curve. Do you understand? So from the joining part, I'm going to make a slight curve like this to connect it. So just take note of what I'm doing. The curve is starting, the higher point is where we have our fold. So when you measure it, is going to give you exactly that 13 inches that you measured out from your sleeve armhole round, and this is sufficient for both the front and the back. Then I'm going to take my sleeve length, which is 15 inches, and I'm going to mark it out. So I'm going to also mark it out at the other side, and I'm going to connect the line like that. After doing that, I'm just going to cut it out like this. So I'm also going to cut out that point that you saw me connect. Do you see? Then I'm going to use the same piece to cut out the back piece, and I'm going to notch the center like this. So this is what we have. So we're also going to notch this point too. I actually forgot earlier. It is very important. After doing that, we're going to unpin it, and we're going to open it up. So we're opening up the back piece like this, and then we're going to open up the front piece. So we're going to place it right side facing the right side. So do you see the way I'm placing them? So I want to join the shoulder, so I'm going to pin down the shoulder like that for both sides. After pinning it down, I'm then going to sew it with 1/2 inch. After stitching it down, I'm going to iron paper stay to the button flap so I can have a little bit stamina and strength. So ensure that you're ironing it exactly on the point, that 3.5 inches. That's the point where you can see the iron mark. So what I'm going to do is that my own was actually too much. I went ahead to trim out the paper stay after I was done. So just ensure that your own is exactly 3.5 inches if you can. After doing that, I'm going to fold it by 3 inches. So just take note of what I'm doing. Fold both sides by 3 inches, not 3.5 inches. So the half inches is going to be used for overlapping. So just fold it by 3 inches like that, and you're going to iron it out. I actually like to use steam to iron this out so that it can lap very well. So just go ahead to do the same thing if you can. After ironing it out, you're not going to stitch it yet. Just wait for my instructions. So what you're going to do is to just pin it down like that. Then I'm going to turn it over to the right side and I'm going to iron it out again. So I'm trying to get that shoulder lapping. So do you see what I'm doing? Just iron it out carefully like that. Then I'm going to add my sleeve to it. So I'm going to get one piece of my sleeve and I'm going to stitch it down right side facing the right side. So remember where we notched on the material, we're going to place it on the side we notched on the sleeve and we're going to pin it down like that and stitch it with half of an inch. So the next thing we're going to do is that our bottom flap, the side we pinned, we're going to unpin it and we're going to open it up like this, and then we're going to press it down. So we're just going to pin down that point because we're going to carry out some measurement on it. So we're going to pin it down and then we're going to measure out half inch and mark it out, then come in by 1 inch and mark it out. Then we're going to connect the point to make it a straight line, and we're going to do the same thing for the other side. So I'll go again. I'm going to pin it down, then I'm going to come down by half inch like that. So I'm going to mark it out. Then from that point I'm going to come in by 1 inch and I'm going to mark it out. So I'm going to stitch that point there. When I stitch it, I'm going to then notch it and turn it over. So this is what I have after stitching it. Do you see what it looks like? So I've stitched it down just a straight line on the points that I marked. Then I'm going to cut it like that. From that point we stop stitching. Do you see? And I'm going to cut it sideways. So I'm just going to leave about 0.25 inches there, and I'm going to turn it over. So I just hope you understand what I'm doing. So by the time I turn it over, we have our point adding our collar. So do you see what it looks like? Then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Then I'm going to press it down with my iron. After that, I'm going to then fold this side like this. Do you see where I'm folding it? By 1.5 inches. So just go ahead and fold it in like this, and I'm going to pin it down. You can go ahead to also iron it so that it can be flat. Then I'm going to top stitch that point. So I've gone ahead to do the same thing for both sides, and I've gone ahead to press it down like this. So after doing that, I'm just going to stitch it down like I said. Then I'm going to stitch down the sides. Then I'm going to fold the hem of the dress. So I'm going to fold the sleeve side and the hem of the dress just like that. So this is what I have after doing that. Do you see what it's looking like, how presentable it looks? Note that before you join the sides, just fold the sleeve first before you join the sides. Then after joining the sides, you can then fold the lower end. So after doing that, I'm just going to measure out my neck round measurement. This is because I want to cut out the collar, so I'm going to measure it out. So after measuring it out, whatever you get, I'm going to divide it into 2. So our neck round measurement, we're going to divide it into 2, and we're going to use it to cut out the collar. So I've already cut out my collar, and this is what I have. So I cut out 2 pieces because one will be serving as the lining piece. So what I did there, I took that measurement, I divided into 2 plus half inch, and I marked it out like that. The half inch is for my sewing allowance, so I marked it out like that. So I'm then going to take about 4.5 inches at this point, and I also took 3.5 inches at this point. So the only difference is that I came out by 1 inch to create a slant. So I hope you understand. So I went ahead to iron paper stay on it so that it can have a little bit of strength. So I'm going to place it right side facing each other, and I'm going to stitch it with half of an inch. So just look at what I'm doing. We're stitching the straight side, not the side that is curvy. The side that is curvy is going to be on the, we're going to attach it to the collar. So I've gone ahead to stitch it round with half of an inch. So do you see where I stitch? So I'm going to notch it. So I'm going to notch it because it's going to make it easier to turn over, and it will not have any form of bulges. So notching it means just cutting it slightly. Do not cut where you have your thread, where you have your sewing. So you're going to cut it before the thread, and we're going to turn it over like this. So this is what we have. After turning it over, I'm just going to iron it out. Then I'm going to to stitch it down to the neck of the shirt. So I'm just going to take one piece like this. So this is the way I'm placing it at the wrong side, and I'm going to stitch it down. So after stitching it down, I'm going to then fold it over. So I'm still going to illustrate this. So I've gone ahead to stitch that part like this. So this is what the wrong side looks like. So this is the way I stitched this. When I turn it over, this is what the right side looks like. So do you see, I stitched it from the wrong side, so my folding is at the right side. I just hope you understand it. Then I'm going to finish up at the right side. So I'm going to fold it in by 1/2 of an inch like this, and I'm going to just stop stitch it slightly. Ensure that your stitching is very tiny. So we're just going to go ahead to do that, and then after stitching it down, we're going to iron it out so that we can get the collar shape. After ironing it out, we're going to then attach our buttonhole and our button. You can go ahead to use about 3 inches spacing as you wish, or 4 inches spacing between your button. That is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're yet to subscribe, please do, so that you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this. Have a great day.